Hello everyone. On this video I want to go over some beat 'em ups. But not just any beat 'em ups. I want to go over 3D beat 'em ups on the PS2. The first game is Final Fight Streetwise. This is brought to you by Capcom and developed by Capcom USA, which is also known as Studio 8. This is considered a spin-off to the Final Fight franchise. Also, the events in this game are non-canon. The game's opening starts off at a pit fight in arena. We see Cody from Final Fight yelling at our main protagonist, Kyle Travers.
Kyle! Damn it, Kyle! What the hell happened to your focus?
In the majority of the game, it's been mentioned that Kyle has many potential and needs to focus.
Damn it, Kyle!
And that's kind of the gist of Kyle in this game.
Focus, Kyle!
He learns new moves and tricks from his Metro City peers. You start off with Kyle in the hub world of the Hood in Metro City. But the more you progress in the game, the more hub worlds you unlock, like Little Italy, the Pier, and Japantown. For the most part, the game does play like a beat 'em up. You got your bunch of minions in your way, and sometimes they drop weapons and money. Money is very important in this game because you need to upgrade Kyle with skills. You could also enhance Kyle's attacks with his focus.
Damn it, Kyle! Focus!
It's basically a slow motion super attack. So yeah, whenever you knock out some enemies and they drop money, make sure to pick it up. There are some side missions in the game that will reward you with money as well. Some are optional, and some are there to progress. Most notably are the vermin stomping minigames and the keypad pattern games.
Access denied.
In a way, the keypad part reminds me of a part in Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Open sesame.
No voice match found. Access denied.
This is Nathaniel Bard. Open the door, please.
No voice match found. Access denied.
Come on, let me in, you piece of shit.
No voice match found. Access denied.
Focus! Damn it!
Oh right, the story. So the story is about Kyle being trained by Cody to become a stronger fighter. It's mentioned that Cody was injured and is now known as a has-been in Metro City. Cody sees a lot of potential in his little brother and wants him to become a strong fighter.
Kyle, you're one of the best goddamn fighters I've seen. You just don't know it yet.
However, one day, Cody and Kyle get involved with the mob, and they get beat up pretty bad. Kyle wakes up the next day and notices that his brother's gone missing. No one knows where he's at, and it's up to him to go find him. That's pretty much the gist of the story. Explore Metro City and find Cody. He does get help from Cody's old pal, Mike Hager and Guy. They even show him some moves to become stronger. That's pretty much the first half of the story, but the last half goes insane. It starts off as a story about gang wars and crime in Metro City, but then the last half becomes a zombie apocalypse. Metro City has really gone to the gutter. There are unlockables like music videos, and there's an arcade beat 'em up with Kyle and Cody, and you can unlock Guy and Hager once you progress in the main story. Oh, there's no autosave in this game, so it's very important that when you exit the game, that you choose to save the game before exiting the game. I know that sounds like common sense, but most people forget that in this game. I think Final Fight Streetwise is okay. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups or enjoy the world of Final Fight, I say check it out.
What the? What? Alright.
The next game is Beatdown, Fist of Vengeance. This game is developed by Cavia, which is well known for the Dragon Guard series and the Resident Evil shooter games. They also did Bullet Witch, but I think they're more popular for Dragon Guard. This is also published by Capcom. Beatdown is a beat 'em up RPG game which takes place in the city of Las Sombras. You take the role of 5 members of this mafia run by the mob boss Lanetti. The main gang is Raven, Aaron, Jason G, Lola, and Gina. So in the beginning of the game, these 5 will end up being betrayed by their boss and mob family. Each character has a different intro which takes place either before or after the events of them being betrayed. Also, each character seems to be having ties with other characters that you will run into later in the game. I'll give you an example. In the second chapter, you will encounter Fatima's gang. And there's 2 people in that gang that are very close to Jason G. And here's another one. Lola seems to be working undercover with the captain of the police, Chester. The more you play as these 5 characters, the more you see how the other characters in the city of Las Sombras tie in. As far as gameplay goes, you got your free roam mode. This is where you get to explore different parts of Las Sombras. The game really wants you to get used to the layout of the map. There's 1 versus 1 fight mode, which plays like your 3D fighter game like Dead or Alive or Virtua Fighter. The cool thing about this fight mode is that you can either recruit, rob, get information, or just beat down your opponent. For the most part, I try to recruit as much as possible. Sometimes you can play with your crew and take on opponents, and sometimes it has to be the main character that takes down your opponent. It's really random. The last mode is beat 'em up mode, which is you and your group that takes on street thugs and cops. You got your typical punch and kicks. You got some combo attacks which require some input commands, and you got the special moves. Just like the old school beat 'em up games, if you perform those special moves, it will deplete your health. So I won't get greedy with the special moves. With every battle, you can level up your characters. You can also equip items like weapons to have in combat, and also medicines and food to heal, but be careful. Some of the medicines will have side effects and will have your characters tripping balls. Also, the outcome of the fight is random if you lose. You can either beg for your life or not. If you beg, you'll be in the hospital, patched up and healed. I remember this one time my character had trauma and no one would take me seriously in a fight. Even some crew members will insult you. And trust me, you're gonna need to beg for your life or else it's game over. Sometimes your crew will step in and help you if you lose. The outcomes are random, so make sure to save when you make progress. Which reminds me, your hangout. Your hangout, or should I say headquarters, will be this bar called the Hole. This is your main hub world. You could change your character's outfit to have a low profile from the cops or thugs. You could talk to the bar's owner, Melvin. He could sell you some new techniques in combat if your characters level up enough. The Hole has another NPC that you can interact with. This is Tracy. She's very chatty, but she usually gives you the task of every chapter in the game. She will inform you on what the word on the street is and what to do. And last but not least, the reporter. She's always at the Hole, but you can find her in other places in Las Sombras. You talk to her to save your game. It's very important to save your progress. Now, there are some side missions and jobs that will reward you with money. Even though it's optional, some chapters in the game will require to buy some items to progress, and it's not going to be cheap. Robbing won't be enough. I remember in chapter 5, it took me forever to have a certain amount of funds, so doing these jobs help a lot. You can find these jobs from either talking to Melvin at the Hole or going to the shop district. That's pretty much all I have to say about Beatdown. I think the game is okay. The last game is The Bouncer. This is a beat 'em up developed by Squaresoft and Dream Factory. You play as 3 bouncers, Sion, Volt, and Co. The character designs, what can I say about it? Well, it's pretty obvious there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy influences here. I wouldn't doubt if Sion was a prototype to Sora and Mugutsu was to Riku, and the list goes on. But I think that's pretty cool. Oh, and bonus points for the sound effects that was later used in the Kingdom Hearts games. Now, the game is pretty straight to the point. You beat up a set of enemies, collect points to level up and save. You also do some bosses here and there, but this game is really short. However, it makes up for being short for having high replayability. What do I mean? Well, you get different scenarios for each bouncer in your playthrough. Also, by the time you reach S rank with one of your characters, the final boss will show off his final phase.
I beat him! I beat him, Dominique! Good. Good. I never expected anyone to push me so far. Pardon my past discourtesies. I will forget the past. I no longer care about the indignation I have suffered. I should thank you for opening my eyes to this new indulgence.
That's right, he's been holding back this whole time. So yeah, I highly recommend playing this in Extra Mode after you beat the game on your first try. Extra Mode is basically your New Game Plus mode. Everything carries over. You do unlock characters after meeting specific conditions. I do like the team unique attacks. When one of your friends make a taunt gesture, that is your cue to press the R2 button and do a team attack. It's so cool and over the top. I do have to warn everyone about the saves. Make sure you use a handy 8 MB memory card. I was having troubles loading my game from multiple 128 MB memory cards. It almost ruined my experience with the bouncer. But yeah, as long as you have an 8 MB memory card, you are good. But yeah, check out the bouncer. It's very fun. Alright, so that's 3 beat 'em ups on the PS2. Out of the 3, Bouncer is my favorite. I love the different outcomes you encounter with 3 characters you play as. I like the unlockables you get rewarded for just playing the game. I think my favorite thing was Cole's side mission where he sneaks around this building, and you have to play this memory-based game with the soldiers. If you fail, you have to fight your way through.
Identify yourself!
Final Fight Streetwise is okay. It's a very linear game. I love the cameos in the game. I think my favorite one is Cammy's beard using her ass to advertise it. The NPCs, well, they are your stereotypical characters in the early 2000s. You got your Italians,
I said forget about it.
Hispanics,
¿Qué pasó?
and gays.
You know, I think we can make some beautiful music together. You checking out my package, big boy? Hi there, Tiger.
Damn it, Kyle! Focus!
But the one that gets me all the time is Guy's voice.
Continue.
Oh my gosh, what did they do to Guy? I cannot for the life of me put a straight face without laughing at Guy's voice.
What's this gonna be? Some kind of test?
No, this is just the quiz. Afterwards comes the test.
Like, this game gave Guy a Yakuza look with a monotone Bruce Lee voice. I'm like, really? Jokes aside, I think the only complaints I have about this game will be the later half of the game. Kyle has to save his girlfriend from the glow zombie apocalypse. You save her, and then there's an escort mission to save her and your friend. The worst part is that they share the same health bar. I hated this part so much, and the checkpoint in this part is so unforgivable. You start back all the way back to her place. I also wish the game had a better opening. It's basically the intro of the game when Kyle is at the pit fight. Other than that, Final Fight Streetwise is an okay game. Now, Beatdown will be my least favorite. I got bored so quick. Even when I wanted to progress just to finish the chapter, I felt like some of the main missions overstayed its welcome because it dragged so much. Especially Chapter 5. $10,000? Really? I had to grind that much money to progress. It felt like padding, and it was an excuse to do the side missions. I also wasn't too much of a fan of the main characters. For some reason, they always do this dumb tongue gestures right before they're about to fight. And the poster boy Raven reminds me of Steve Fox from Tekken. Beatdown personally feels like a chore to me. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoy and spark their interest in some of these games. If you haven't, feel free to follow me on my social media. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I am out. Peace.